Okay, hi, this is Elliot Fishman, and welcome to our latest YouTube live. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get this. Did I look like I'm paying attention? Maybe I should just move this into the middle of my screen. Okay, hi, everybody. It's Friday, August 26th. Hope everyone's doing well. It's noontime, and as you know, we are doing a lot more stuff on YouTube now. We have more than 36 or 38,000 followers there who are signed up. So we're trying to create a whole lot of new content. Remember, all of our lectures are always on YouTube, so you can see them all there, and our new lectures come out once a week. So glad for everybody to join us. Anyone has any comments or questions, they can easily put it down. These YouTube talks are all live. That's me at 12:01. But they're also recorded, so you can see them later if you can't miss it. I know there is no good time for people to do anything these days. Everyone's very busy. And, we have our material in over 200 countries. People will watch what we produce. And so someplace it's midnight, like that song, somewhere it's 5 o'clock for tequila or whatever it is, 5 o'clock. Somewhere or other, it's the middle of the night and people are sleeping. So great to have you all here. Now, just a couple things that aren't related to my talk today, but again, since this is live, our app CTisus iQuiz, we update that twice a year. It's 6 more months of cases, which is 10 cases a month times 6, 60 plus all the pearls, probably about 600 pearls. So massive amount of material. I apologize, I have a cold, so try not to cough or sneeze on you. But so that was approved last night by the Apple Store. You can go today and you can download it for free. So that's kind of easy. The next thing is the title of this talk. I read in the paper the other day that radiology, which is RSNA, which is the lead journal, the last radiographics that will be printed will be in December 2022, in a few months. And the last issue that will be printed is January 2023, which will be the 100th anniversary. That'll be the last issue. Now, it's been coming for a long time. I mean, many people, many journals have choices now, print, online, or both. More and more people take online only, even though the cost is not different. It's not like you're saving any money. But people more and more have become accustomed to reading online. And Time Magazine and Newsweek and People and all the magazines and all of the other journals are really learning the same thing. And it's my opinion that probably within a year or two, there'll be no journals that are printing. In the old days, journals would print and have a lot of advertisement. These days, there's no advertisement anyway. So really, there's no point in printing. They're not going to lose money. And in fact, companies will save money by not printing, not shipping. There'll be less waste. There'll be less cost. We'll kill less trees. A lot of good things. The other thing that's important to recognize, in the old days, I would submit an article. It would take till it got back to me 3 to 4 months. Submit revisions, another few months. Get accepted, hooray. Be published 8 to 12 months later, a year and a half. Now you submit things, the journals try to have you review quicker, so they're on top of things because there's no mailing anything. Everything is by email, so you're getting everything. There's no excuse. It's in the mail. I left it home. The dog ate the paper. And then you could do the edits quickly, and then everything's done online, the editing, the post-processing, so it's much faster. So it's not uncommon for us to write an article, a brilliant article, minimal revisions, gets accepted with revisions. And so that's just a couple months. But we send the revisions in, and then within 2 or 3 weeks, the journal is online. And you could read the article. Now, that printed version may not come for 8 more months. But I read every day articles from AJR. AJR just had a bunch of articles this morning that are in press. They won't see the light of day for 6 months or 8 months, but I've read it already. The same is true with abdominal imaging and emergency radiology and JAMA and surgery and science. and every journal you can name, computer science journals, the same thing. So truthfully, when I get the journal in the mail, I've read everything. It's yesterday's news. It's not state of the art because everything in the journal, when you read the article, it said was put online 8 months ago. So you should have read it 8 months ago. And I am one of the people who like journals. I like turning pages. Perhaps I look at other things when I turn the pages, but all of us are so busy. We don't turn the pages quite as much as we used to. But it's a much easier way. Interestingly, in 1993, almost 30 years ago, Bill Brody, Derek Nye, and myself wrote an article published in AJR about the death of journals, talking about how the future would be. We said everything would be not printed matter, it would be like CDs. Because CDs were cheaper to ship. And I mentioned, or we mentioned in the article, that the internet was getting big and perhaps you'd be able to, low cost, send things around on the computer, that everything would be electronic. So we were right. We said 2000. We were just putting it, 7 years later, knowing that was not going to happen. If I would have picked something then, I probably would have picked 220. So I would have been pretty much correct. But it does make the point that things are changing and changing for the better. And every journal is going in that direction. It's so much better to be reading things that are being done cutting edge. And when you're the author, it's so much better to see your article impress today and not impress in 15 months. So it's a win-win. There is no downside. In a world where things rapidly change, waiting for months and months and months to see an article just doesn't do it anymore. Now, you remember in the old days, you would read an article, maybe you didn't have the journal, maybe the library had it. You could then send a note to the author, the lead author, and ask for a reprint. You have to be senior to remember it. We would pay the journal for reprints. Then when people would ask for reprints, we would mail the reprints to them. We were so pleased that they would ask for it, we'd mail it to them. So we had the expense of printing the reprints or having the reprints printed, and then we had the expense of mailing. That's the way things were done in the old days. Boy, we've come a long way of how we share information. When you're at Hopkins, I go online, all the articles are there because of Hopkins, and like every institution, has deals with publishers and PubMed and everything else. So this is really the importance and a major change, which is really not a surprise. But Dave Blumke's the editor of Radiology. Dave is always ahead of the curve. Now, I know it wasn't Dave alone. Radiology has a board and probably took a while to make a decision, though everyone knew it was the right decision. But people did it. And finally, it's going to happen. So let me see. There's a few people online. Kelly Dancy, hello. Thank you very much for the kind words. We've written, look at that article, 93. I'm the first author, and it's AJR. It's kind of a good article because you read about how I think the web is going to go. It's kind of, Derek is obviously the smartest guy in the world in terms of technology. So I'm sure everything we wrote there was based on what he told me to write, or he wrote it and I just put my name on it. But, Derek was way ahead of the curve. But everything we said there is true. So it's amazing. It's 29 years since that article came out, which means there's 30 years since we actually submitted that article for publication. So with that, I hope everyone's doing well. There's lots of new cases on YouTube, lots of new lectures, lots of new short videos. Lily's been working on those TikTok equivalents where it's 1-minute pearls, where I kind of show you a couple images and say, what is it? What are we thinking about? So we are trying to do all of that. We are looking and listening to you guys. We think we have some ideas what we should do better, but I'm sure you have many ideas of what we should do better. If you let us know, we're likely to do it. I also, there's an article just published in JACR by, we published Steve Rose, the senior author, but with the group from one of the book publishers and children's, Stephen, just this incredible, Stephen Wolf, just an incredible article talking about technology and how technology is going to affect education, how it is already affecting education, but how it's going to change everything we do. So take a look at that article. It's really good. The link is on CTisus in the newest, when we put up the pearls next week and we put up the journal club. In the journal club, that article will be there. So take a look at it. And with that, I thank everybody for their time. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope my cold goes away. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. The last weekend in August, oh my God. I remember when we would be scared of that because we'd be back to school after Labor Day, but there's still another week to Labor Day. Though these days, schools, colleges, elementary schools, the works start earlier. Many people are back in school already, sweating it out. Anyway, have a great day, everybody, and I'm glad you could join us. Bye-bye.